Hey guys, Sven here from the C9 LOL team, and today we're going in depth with Aphelios.
Zven follows up on it. Santorin's just trying to hobble out. That is a 4 for 1.
I'm just saying, it's pretty incredible that Zven is just adding to that miraculous KDA.
First thing is, let's talk about runes. Obviously, you go Flash Shield Aphelios. You can go Cleanse if you need it against like, Varus or Morgana kind of champions, Fiddlesticks, I don't know. But I go heal almost every game I play. If you have Yuumi, you can go Barrier. If she wants to have, heal exhaust, something like that, you can go TP playing as Ezreal. But generally, just Flash Shield will be fine every game you play. Runes, I go Conquer basically every game. I go Overheal because it synergizes so well with, Bloodline that you also have. You have Coup de Grace, Nimbus Cloak, Gang Storm is kind of the only one thing you can do here. Some people go Boots Cookies, but you don't need mana and HP is kind of useless. And I like having Nimbus Cloak because you don't have any mobility spells, so having Nimbus Cloak is really strong with your heal as well. Gang Storm for skilling, everything else kind of useless. Conquer and PTA is up in the air, but I like Conquer the most. PTA has a value if you're playing at all-in lane, so you have Blitzcrank your support, or maybe Thresh, I don't know, something like that. But I think Conquer just works very well to have a lot of spells, and you have some things that proc Conquer fast, like your red form Q. So I like Conquer the most. Overheal, good with your red gun, good with your overheal, Bloodline. Coup de Grace, you can go cut down here if you're playing as tanks, but otherwise just go Coup de Grace, it's best in lane. AS is better than AD here, AD of course, and then Armor or MR. If you're playing as Syndra or something, you can go MR runes. If you're playing as double mages, like, I don't know, 6 or whatever, go MR, but otherwise just go Armor, never HP in bot lane. So right now I feel he's kind of busted, so he doesn't really have any weaknesses. His biggest problem is that he doesn't have a dash, or like a blink ability, or escape, like a Jarvan ult kind of spell. So the hardest thing for you to deal with is like Malphite ults or Jarvan ults if you don't have Flash. But if you have Flash up, you're actually the strongest character in the whole game, basically. Champion is pretty strong right now. He doesn't have much weaknesses. He's really good in lane, but he's also really good outside laning phase. So he's pretty much just, I won't say broken, but he's probably the best AD carry in the game right now. You want to start Doran's Blade basically every game. You can go Doran Shield if you're playing against a heavy poke lane, let's say double range champions like Karma and Varus, or something with a lot of poke. But generally I go Doran's Blade every game. My max order, you don't have spells in the champion, but you do have AD, AS, and lethality. I usually go AD, then AS, then lethality. I think lethality is kind of useless, honestly. It's kind of a shit stat on Aphelios because you don't buy more lethality or arm pen. You just go full AD and crit and attack speed. So I go AD first, then I go into AS. So basically just max Q, then W, then E. All your spells level up by themselves, so you should be fine. As for my build, recently I've been liking the IE first build. So best base first is BF sword, then let's say you base with 1k gold. You buy, if you can buy boots, you do it. If you can't buy boots, you can get like boots dagger, or if you want to, you can get pickaxe. If I base with a BF sword and I have no sums, I might do boots and a dagger because I want to have a little bit more speed to live, right? But if I base with enough gold for boots, I'll always buy them. And then I'll go into an IE, and then always Hurricane second, because I feel like really good Hurricane interactions with almost all of his guns, basically. Yeah, it's wave clear. And with Hurricane, you don't need mana to actually clear minions, so you don't need to use Essence Weaver, because you have no mana problems anymore, because you have wave clear and your Hurricane. And then third item is usually PD, but if you're playing a game against like Syndra and Rumbletop, so a lot of magic damage, maybe they're Gragas as well, or something, or Mage Bot, for all I know, and you want to buy Maw, don't buy PD. Then just skip the Maw, skip the PD for a Fire Cannon and go into a Hexdrinker later, because you can't stack PD and Hexdrinker, because they're the same passive effect and they're unique. So think about that. So, but generally the build is this into a PD, and then this is usually like a QSS, or maybe a BF sword for GA or for BT if you don't feel like you need anything specific. You can buy Last Whisper here, or maybe healing reduction. Supports that heal a lot are kind of annoying, so keep that in mind. And early game Aphelios, you want to stack if you're leashing for your jungler, you want to stack the red gun first to get the overheal shield. You know, you hit minions a little bit, you get overheal. Until you get max overheal, which you don't get anymore because it takes a while now. But you just hit with the red gun. If you want to harass your opponent in lane, use the sniper to poke them. You walk back, you know, do one hit, change the red gun, keep overhealing, life stealing if you need to. In lane, as Aphelios, your trading pattern early game is either just right-clicking once with the sniper gun, backing out. You're basically playing Kaelin with sniper gun with lifesteal added on your offhand. So you want to play slow and poke. If there's any trades, you can look for like an auto attack. You press Q like this, you run away, and then you use the long range attack. If you have Conquer, you want to use your Q like this, and you want to like not hit him immediately. So like let this be a little bit like this, and then hit him. Then you keep your Conquer stack up in lane phase. And just remember to look. Now that I'm low on my red gun, I want to wait a little bit. Use my sniper a little bit here, so I run out of ammo same time. So now that I'm out of ammo on the sniper gun, I want to change to the red one and use all of that one because this combination together is really, really strong. Let's say my opponent's basing right now. The Cho'Gath is low HP. He wants to base right now. So I want to push out these minions all the way. You push really fast with these guns together because the Q spells are really good together. So you hit the wave like this. Try hitting him as many as you can with your Q. You change gun. Use your Q on the other hand. This is the reason why these guns are really good. In lane, you want to use the blue gun I have right now to hit the minion wave or the tower and try to make the AoE hit the Cho'Gath or your opponent, you know, not gonna be Cho'Gath in every game. So like this kind of. Look here, I'm hitting this minions here. AoE hit Cho'Gath. The AoE is like a lot of damage early game. Let's see here, it's 55 right now, 52 on Cho'Gath right here, 56 right now. So sometimes hitting the minions is easier than hitting him because it's long range. So you see this is kind of oppressive. If you're in lane with these guns and you trade with someone, you want to do like an auto, Q, and you want to change and just Q, snare them. If you have Thresh or Blitzcrank or Morgana, something with a skill shot that's line of sight and has CC, you want to save your snare for when they're in line of sight. So let's say the crab is my Morgana, use my Q here so he can hit his snare, right, instead of a chain CC. Okay, so this is the shotgun gun. This one is very good for a lot of things. This gun is good with the sniper. It's good with the red gun because with the you put down a tower like this, it will shoot out and you can shoot from a long range. This was one of the most overpowered mechanics in the game for a while until it got nerfed recently, but it's still pretty strong. The range is just shorter than it was before. So you want to use these guns together at dragon fights. You want to put down your tower like, let's say here or maybe over here, so you block the paths from your opponents, and then you use the on effect to hit your champions from a long range. If you have more chakrams, they will stack up slowly, like this. You see, every time you proc the long range attack, you get one chakram added to your arsenal, which is a very strong combo. So one of the most common combos of guns that are really oppressive is the red gun with the white gun, Severum and the chakram gun. You use the red form Q like this. You hit him like 5 times and then change gun to chakrams. Now you have a lot of chakrams and it's really high amount of DPS. When you have the chakram gun, you want to be close to your target at all times. You want to be like on top of them like this because it does a lot of damage, but the chakram takes time to fly back to you. So if you're max range with chakram gun, it takes a long time to attack, as you can see here. So you want to always have your gun like this basically. You want to be like melee range of your target. But generally, this is the highest DPS gun. This is the highest damage you can do to anyone. This gun combination is very good against melee characters, very good against bruisers, tanks. It's by far highest damage dealt. And it's very good against towers too. So if you're in a situation where your opponents are dead or basing or just not here, you want to go next to the tower, press Q, get the shotgun guns, and hit the tower. And this is why I feel it's very good in competitive play, because he's very good in lane swaps, very good at taking towers. Let's talk about Aphelios' ult a little bit. Aphelios' ult is hard to use correctly in every situation, but when you use the ult with the snare gun, the slow increases from normal slow 30% to 99%. So sometimes it's worth to just use ult and let it be for a little bit before you expunge the mark, so to speak, to use the snare. So judge accordingly. Like I said, let's say your support is the crab, right? And you're ahead of him. Use your snare on this guy. And once your support is in range, you snare him. So you don't have to use it instantly, because if you use your snare instantly, you waste the slow. so just judge it. This one, Inferno, is obviously the best ult in the game. The S10, 200 years old, that carries teamfights. But early in the game, it's actually quite useless unless you hit many people with it at once. It's an AoE ult, not actually a single target ult. Whereas other ults like the sniper here, for example, is much better as an ultimate because it allows you to hit with your offhand like this. So let's say I have the sniper and I have the slow gun. If I want to slow him and snare him instantly, I want to use the slow ult to just instantly kill him and snare him, right? But if I have time, instead I'm chasing for a while, I might do sniper ult and then auto attack, and then change gun and then use the snare with the mark. Because the sniper gives me a mark, right? Sniper effect gives the mark, attack with the offhand, which is the snare gun, change, snare. So always just judge. Red Q formal is pretty bad. It's very situational, but it works when you're getting works when you're getting hit by a lot of people, but the heal is very low. It's 200 HP here, and it does one auto attack, which heals you a little bit, so it's like 250 at rank 1, which is decent, but normally you don't want to use this ult unless you really have to. It's the lowest damage of all the ults, gives no utility other than healing you a little bit, so generally use every other ult in this one for damage, but if you want to survive in a team fight because you're getting dove on, that's fine. You're in solo queue, this is your first game of Aphelios. My best tip to you is that this champ takes a while to learn, not easy to play, has a very, big learning curve. At first, it's easy to just understand the guns, what they do, but if you're playing solo queue right now, you want to learn how to play Aphelios and do well with it, I'd say manage your guns correctly. So, like I mentioned earlier, you want to have red with green for laning phase, poke with the green gun, change the red gun to lifesteal. If you aren't full HP with maxed out overheal on you, which is at level 1, it's 45 HP, just use the red gun. Just keep right-clicking with it, lifesteal with it if you have to. Otherwise, use the green gun to poke and try to manage them so that they're same ammo at all times, basically, so you run out at the same time. Because you want to have, like I said, you want to have the green gun with red gun, and once they run out, you want to go to, so you want to have this always happen to you, because these guns are strong in lane together, and then the moment you're low on these guns, and the white one is coming up, which is your 5th gun, you want to cycle your blue one now. So once you have the blue one, you have the red one. If you're in a lane where you might fight all in a lot, you want to have red first. Otherwise, you want to use your green first. So when you start the game with green and red guns, think to yourself, I'm playing against Caitlyn Karma, and my support is a range champ. So I probably want green with my white gun first, not the red one. So generally just keep cycling. When I have red, white, and the next one is green, I want to cycle the red one first, so that I still have my green gun coming up with my shotguns. So you use the green gun next. Hope it makes sense to some people. So now that once I use the red gun and the white gun, I'm probably low on ammo here on the white one, but it's fine. Now you have green and white. So at this point, you want to cycle your white gun first, not your green gun, because white with purple is pretty bad, right? So you don't want those together. So you want to use this gun now. So the order of the guns is always the same. So you always have good combos. Now that you have purple and green, which isn't the greatest combo, but it has some hit potential. You can snipe someone with Q, look at snare. There's something there, right? But generally you want to cycle the green gun pretty much right after you cycle the white gun. So you have the blue and you have the purple gun again. And just keep doing the same cycle of guns, because that way we'll always have a combo that makes sense, basically. Yeah, look for which guns really matter, and yeah, try to always have good combination of guns in lane. It's really important for this champion, because that's all you have. You have guns only, you don't have anything else than those, so it's really important to have the right combination. Generally, just play your lane, call for drakes if you're strong, and remember your gun order and try to remember what guns you want to have for fights and which guns you want to cycle as soon as possible, depending on the game. So against tanks, cycle the sniper. Against melees, cycle the sniper. Keep the red gun, keep the white gun. Try to fight with those. Against long range champions, mages, keep sniper, keep the snare gun for engages yourself, but cycle the white gun usually unless you have the sniper with it. Cycle the blue one usually, and just keep thinking about which guns are good for my situation here and what I want in a team fight. Alright guys, this was Going In Depth by AT&T. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something about Aphelios today.